you guys, what's up? So I want to do a video talking about the lifestyle of an auditor in the sense of what your different workplaces will look like, the different potential possibilities that you may see yourself in any given week, maybe over the span of a couple months. So that's what this whole video is. It may be confusing from the thumbnail description. I still don't know what I'm going to call it as I'm filming this. But basically I'm going to talk about the logistics of the different work options. So you can work from home, working at the office. You may have a satellite office you're going to work from, the main office, and also working at the audit site. So those are the 4 things I'm gonna cover in this video. I filmed them in kind of a vlog style so you guys can see real-time struggles, real-time things that happen at these different work options. So you guys will see that throughout this video, but that's what this is. So let's go ahead and get started. So yes, I am an auditor. I am a state auditor with the state of Tennessee. Our main office is in Nashville with the state capital, but I work out of our satellite office in Knoxville. So that's gonna be the first work option that I show you guys, is working from the satellite office in Knoxville. So take a look. So today I am working from the office, and so since I live in Knoxville, I work out of our Knoxville satellite office. Everything goes through Nashville, obviously as the state capital, being a state auditor. So our Nashville office is humongous. That's where all the hiring, the firing, the conferences, the trainings, all the managers work there except for my manager, because we have one East Tennessee manager. So he is at our Knoxville office, and depending on what all of his employees are working on, sometimes there'll be somebody at the office during an audit if they're not working at their audit site for some reason, or people will come and go throughout their audit and come and visit for like a day or two. I'm working at the office for 2 weeks to do a review with my manager. So he and I are doing a review of one of our clients instead of an audit. So since it's a whole lot less in scope, it's a whole lot less responsibilities, it's really just asking management questions and doing analytical procedures. This is my first review I've gotten to do, so that's kind of cool, but it's only taken about 2 weeks for us to do. So that's what I'm doing at the office. So I will work there today. It is in downtown Knoxville. I live about 25-30 minutes away from downtown. So it's a little bit of a commute, but it's not bad. So let's go work at the office today. So I park at the garage and I use this fancy pantsy. That was the most ridiculous way to use it. So if you've been following me for over a year or so, then you will remember that I didn't get to park in a parking garage at the office, and I did an entire audit from the office last spring. We had to park like a mile away, and I even bought an electric scooter to ride into work because we would ride the trolley, public transportation in, and the trolley wouldn't even start running until 6:45 or 7. I literally bought an electric scooter and rode it all the way into work from the parking garage. But luckily times have changed a little bit, and our management got us in some good parking spots right here across from the office in this garage. So we used to park in a parking lot beside the office, but then they tore it down to build a hotel for whatever reason. So now we're in a really nice garage, so I ain't complaining, that's for sure. And then I get to walk over to the office in the rain because I don't have enough hands for an umbrella, but I made enough hands for a camera. Lunchbox coffee. Let's go to work. So before I log in for the day, I'm gonna show you guys my little setups. It is roomy, but this is an extremely old-fashioned office. So I have a large desk. I'm literally only here for like 2 weeks for this review. I got some photo magnets made. I need to get some more that are more updated. And since we don't have any windows in the office, I decided to hand make a window and put a beautiful Narnia scenery behind it. So I just worked a 10-hour day, so now leaving work is the same route as getting here, obviously. You guys wanna see our iconic Knoxville symbol, AKA our disco ball. And yeah, I'm super bundled up because the office is so cold. That's another thing logistically about working at the office. You freeze to death at my office. So yeah, that's what it's like when I work at the satellite office. So some logistic things to point out that you may have noticed in the video is, one, parking is pretty convenient now for us. We get a parking garage right across from the office. There is no cafeteria on site at our Knoxville office. That's just because of the location that we're in. There's not a cafeteria in the building, but there are several food places around, and there's this really delicious diner right across the street. It's like a little homey diner in the city, like hashtag city vibes. It's really good, so it works. Bathrooms are really big and clean. There's water filling stations. These are little things you don't think about until you're at your workplace and you're like, oh my gosh, is there a microwave? Which we do have a microwave. We have a fridge. We also have a Keurig, which is nice. So yeah, it's got everything I need. So next we'll talk about the main office in Nashville. So obviously me being in Knoxville, I have to drive to Nashville. So take a look at that. So So working at the Nashville office entails that I have to pack an overnight bag. I've got my coat, my work bag, my coffee, my lunchbox, some snacks, food. And usually I have my laptop bag with all my equipment with me, but we're not gonna use our laptops for this training class today and tomorrow, so I don't have to bring it, which is a plus. So the biggest thing with going to Nashville to our main office is obviously the fact that I have to drive from Knoxville to Nashville, so it takes about 3 hours. And our training classes usually start at 8:15 in the morning Central Time, but being here in East Tennessee, we're in Eastern Time, so there's a time zone difference. But luckily it works in my benefit going to Nashville because I gain an hour, but when I leave training and I have to drive back and I'm in rush hour traffic, it's usually awful, and I usually get home at about 8 or 9 p.m. because training ends at 4:15 Central Time, which is 5:15 Eastern Time. It gets a little confusing, but because I have training today and tomorrow's half a day, so I'm gonna stay in a hotel tonight. Usually I would stay in a hotel the night before I have to go to Nashville, but because the training's on Monday, I didn't want to stay in a hotel on Sunday night because then work interferes with my weekend, and I do not believe in that. So I'm gonna punish myself by getting up at 4:30 in the morning. So now it is 5:45 and we're gonna hit the road to Nashville. Y'all, my training starts in 30 minutes and we are in rush hour about 12 miles from the city. This is by far the worst part about working at the main office in Nashville. It's just sitting parked on the interstate. Some scenic views for y'all. Y'all, it is 7:53. My training's at 8:15, so we did okay on timing, surprisingly, but I am so sick to my stomach, like legit. I don't know if it's car sick or anxiety from that traffic, because that was horrible, rainy, gross stop and go traffic. I'm like extremely nauseous. I took 2 Pepto, but I really don't want to go to training because I feel so awful. So let's hope that I just snap out of it real quick. Fingers crossed. There's the Capitol. Fun fact about where I'm parking today is I have not parked here since my very first day of work. It's a state employee parking garage, and everyone recommends you park here because obviously it's in a garage, it's covered, but you have to walk uphill. But where I was parking before, every time I come to the office, is all uphill too, so I don't know what my argument was, but that's like a pro and con of being a state employee. You have your own reserved parking spots where you don't have to pay, but they are so far away from work. All right, y'all, we are on level 2.5. I can see both 2 and 3, so what does that mean? I'm gonna say 2.5. I'm so sick to my stomach, this is so awful. But I have my lovely parking tag I gotta put up here. This is part of working at the office. I also need my badge to get into the building, and then into my division, and then into the training room. So 3 points of access. Restricted access, if you will. I didn't even double check that I had my badge, so I'm gonna clip it onto me down here. Parking tag, I need my pin for my shirt. It's our little comptroller of the treasury pin. It's magnetic, luckily, so you don't have to poke a ton of holes in your shirt. It goes on the left side of your lapel. All right, we should be good to go. I'm gonna grab my work bag, my lunchbox, my water bottle. I don't think I'm gonna bring my coffee. I don't think my stomach needs coffee. Let's go to training. I'm probably gonna walk in right on time. Y'all, I spontaneously jumped on a shuttle bus and literally made it to the office. So good thing they were going where I was going because I didn't know. I asked the girl beside me when to get off. She was like, we all get off at the same spot. I was like, perfect. So I exited our building on the wrong side, which may not sound like a big deal, except for I didn't know how to get back to the shuttle stop where they dropped me off. I'm just out here trying to make it to the parking garage, y'all. I don't know where the shuttle's at. I give up. I'm just gonna walk. It's not raining. We're good. All right, y'all. Now I gotta look for my car. Where did I say I was? 2.5? This is 3. Let's go down to 2. Y'all, that is my car. What the heck? I gotta walk all the way around here. Oh, how the heck do I get over here? I cannot. How do I get to my car? You guys, I still cannot get to my car. I have walked all the way around the entire garage. I can't figure out how it works. This is the weirdest garage I've ever seen. There's like 2 aisles. I guess I'll go down another level. There's no way you just magically go from 2 to 5. That's some Tennessee math right there. It's been 20 minutes of walking around the garage. I hope I can laugh at this when I'm editing. I'm about to jump this fence though, for real, because I can see my car, just can't get to it. Screw this freaking parking garage. I was about to have a mental breakdown. I literally started crying, so I called my mom just for some comfort of somebody to talk to while I'm trying to find my car. And she's on a work trip on speakerphone in the car with her work buddy, and here I am like embarrassed because I lost my car in a garage and I'm about to have a mental breakdown over it. It's the most ridiculous thing ever to be upset about. But we're here. This is my vehicle. The key got me in, so I'm convinced it's mine. I had to leave the garage and go through another entrance and walk up the ramps to get to this side of the garage. It makes zero sense, I swear. All my work coworkers that watch my vlogs are gonna be dying laughing because this is where everybody parks every day and I just got so lost. Anyways, let's just go to the hotel and hope I have no issues checking in. Other logistics of staying in a hotel room for work is you have to go pick up dinner, or you can get your hotel room service, or whatever it's called, but I'm too cheap for that. I got some mac and cheese. I got a full-size sandwich, so hopefully I can eat half and save the other half for lunch. It's right across the street from the hotel, but it's like raining. Why am I so red? What is going on? It's just the day, you guys. It's been a struggling day. Good morning, you guys. So I'm gonna include this on the whole logistics of work locations video. So it is day 2. I am in Nashville. I woke up from the hotel this morning and I just wanted to share what it looks like as far as like staying overnight, getting to sleep in a little bit in my case because training is at 8:15. My hotel is really close. I had my alarm set for 6:30, but I ended up waking up at 5:45, but it's really 6:45 my time because I'm on Central time here, but I'm Eastern at home. So I got to like get extra sleep because really 8:15 training starts at 9:15 my time and I usually get to work at like 6:30, 6:45, 7. So it's like a big difference. So I got like 2 extra hours of sleep, plus I fell asleep early and I slept so good. So thankful after how crazy yesterday was. So got my hotel receipt. It is 7:30 and I'll probably just walk in and not ride that shuttle. So day 2 in Nashville. I'm gonna scan this thingamajig here. Did it get me? It got me. Since I'm traveling, I'll go ahead and explain that everything is paid for in case you're new to this whole thing and you feel like you have to pay out of pocket to stay in hotels or drive or food. All of that will be taken care of with your company. So like I get travel reimbursement mileage, so driving my own car to and from Nashville, I'll get the mileage back for that. And the hotel, we're allowed to stay anywhere that offers the state rate. That's most hotels, except for like really nice bougie ones we're not gonna stay at. It just wouldn't be smart for taxpayer money. Vanderbilt star. And the per diem for food is pretty nice. Here in Nashville, I think it's $60 a day. It's higher in Nashville because Nashville's more expensive. So yeah, I don't pay out of my own money for any of this stuff. It's all part of the traveling. All right, guys, I'm parked in the same garage I was parked in. Hi. Yesterday, and I feel like this is just me being dumb because if I lose my car again, it's like I knew better because I lost it yesterday. But I paid really good attention on where I'm parked and I'm really close to the stairwell. So as long as I go in the right stairwell after work, we'll be good. So I still have my coffee from yesterday that's completely full and I like cold coffee because I'm weird. So at least I have coffee today. I'm gonna bring that in. And my dinner last night of that sandwich, I'm gonna eat the other half for lunch. We do have a cafeteria in the office. Today's training is gonna end at lunch though, so we don't get a lunch break. I think it's only 4 hours and I get to head home. It is 7:55, so I have 20 minutes to get inside and that's plenty of time. So let's go do day number 2. Okay, you guys, so I left my training. I got off the stairwell back there and I see my car. Today was much better now that I paid attention to where I parked and I parked near the stairwell. So now I'm gonna head back to Knoxville. Luckily, because it's only half a day, I won't have to like fight serious traffic. Usually we get out of training at like 4:15 and then I lose an hour, so it's really 5:15 and then I hit rush hour and I don't usually get home till like 9 p.m. Like it's a struggle. So I should get back at a decent time today. So really it's 1:40 my time. It should be about 3 hours. Let's go back to Knoxville. Also, I need to say a quick apology about the sound quality changing in this video. My cell phone clips have like really poor sound quality and you can't really hear me that well, but my camera is banging on the sound. So you may have noticed a slightly really large change in the sound. So I'm sorry about that. Alright, so you guys may have laughed a few times, hopefully, at the struggleness of my freaking parking garage situation. Yeah, so parking is a struggle when I go to the Nashville office. However, that garage is really close to the office, but I didn't know that when I parked. Plus, we have moved office buildings in Nashville since I've worked here. So when I first hired on and worked at the office, we were in a different building than we are now. So this parking garage is a lot closer than it was before. So yeah, there was really no need for me to ride the shuttle that first day. It's a really quick walk, thank goodness. Physically being downtown in a city, parking is is going to be kind of a struggle. You may have to commute kind of far. You may have to park far away and walk in. So if it's raining, if it's freezing, if it's 95 degrees outside, those are all struggles that come with working downtown. We do have a cafeteria on site. It is really big and really nice. I have not eaten there. We share the same building with the legislature, so it's a really nice state building. So there's lots of perks that come with it. Just the aesthetically pleasing views of the office. It's very pristine and glass and marble. It's really pretty. We have several break rooms, vending machines. The bathrooms are really nice, cleaned well. They smell really nice too. They put the little spritzers in there. That really makes a difference. The only logistical problem I have with the Nashville office is the fact that I have to physically drive to Nashville because of traffic, as you saw, and also the parking situation, which I will get better at. Even though I've been here for over 2 years, I'm still working on the parking situation. I'll get better. So next, let's talk about working at the audit site. So this obviously would depend on your audit client. So really, me showing you anything about my audit client is not going to help you unless you happen to be on the same exact audit with me. So I won't go into too much detail here, but it just really depends where your client is. So today I'm going to work at the audit site, and it's only about 4 or 5 minutes away. So my current local audit is so close. I am not used to this. The client I've been on twice now for about 6 months each is about 30 minutes away. So this is nice. Definitely not complaining. So in my experience working, going to the audit site physically is the least amount of effort as far as the different options of where to work. Usually you can park right up front, run inside. There's not like a ton of security or confusing parking garages or a long place to walk. That's just from the clients that I've had. Next thing you know, I'm gonna end up on a client where I gotta park a mile away. All right, so I'm leaving for my local audit. It is 6:50 on the dot. All right, you guys, so I just pulled into the parking lot and it is 6:55. You can't see that. We're gonna have some faith here. 6:55, literally 5 minutes, and it's raining. Bless. So the logistics of this audit site is this giant parking lot. You just park here and then I will go to work in this building. Hopefully nobody's in their car and saw me film that, because that's really awkward considering I'm the auditor and I don't actually work here. So yeah, it's super easy. Walk inside. I could be sitting in my computer in about 2 or 3 minutes and I log in and we're good to go for the day. Now, if you have a high profile client in downtown of your city, then you're gonna have the obvious city struggles that I have with my Nashville office. My audit clients are away from the city. They're big locations, so parking is never an issue. We usually get to park right up front, walk in. There's not a lot of security. That was another thing with our Nashville office. Because there's a lot of high profile people in our office, we have a lot of security we have to go through, a lot of checkpoints. We have state troopers that we have to encounter before we get to work. So the people who come in that don't have a badge, they go through a full-on airport security thing with the bucket and the shoes and the belt, and then they get wanded. So, but obviously if you work there every day, I just scan my badge and the door opens, so magic. I will mention though, even though my audit client is great and we have everything we need, I have been on audits where there is no refrigerator, there is no microwave. You're cramped in a room with your audit team and it's literally the size of a closet where you're literally touching arms for the entire workday. You're literally with your coworker more than your spouse. I've been in an audit room where it was literally 80 degrees Fahrenheit the whole workday. We were just sweating and smelling. But yeah, for me, I prefer working at the audit client site more than the other options. It's just what I personally feel most comfortable with in a weird way. And lastly, let's talk about the fact that I can't stop using my hands. Let's talk about working from home. So personally, in my organization, there's 2 giant audit divisions. My audit division does not work from home, hardly ever. Like very weird scenarios would we work from home. The other audit division, they work from home like 80% of the time at least. So they are always at home working. I personally, me being a social being as I am, I don't like working from home because I live by myself. So when I get off work, that's my alone time for the evening. So me being alone all day, that's just too much. I prefer working around other humans during the day. That's just me. I know most accountants can't relate to that. Now, obviously having a 0-minute commute time and not having to dress up, that would be nice. So I've worked here for 2.5 years now, and I've probably only worked from home 3 or 4 days, maybe. And those were all weird scenarios during busy season. We were working Saturdays in downtown Knoxville because of the home football games with the Vols. There is no way you're getting around downtown during a home game. So those days we worked from home because we physically couldn't be at the office or the audit site because it was too close to everything going on. During the duration of filming this video, I didn't have a day where I was working from home, although next week with the coronavirus, I may be working from home. But I'm gonna go ahead and film and show you guys what it would look like if I work from home, just personally, so you can like put an image in your head. So So I'd have my work computer, obviously, with a dual screen. Some people use two, but they give us one, and I haven't bought one for myself. This is the docking station that we have. It's got several USB imports. I think there's an Ethernet cable one, whatever the heck this thing is. Extra add-ins, if you will. If I was actually working from home, I would have a huge notepad here because I'm huge on lists, and I literally have like 4 notepads of 4 different lists. But this is just what it would look like with my little desk. So yeah, obviously the amenities that you'll have if you work from home are things that you have in your home. So, do you have a microwave? Do you have a refrigerator? Do you have really good coffee? Do you have good music to listen to? Do you have a friendly dog that you get to play with while you're working? Do you have the nice toilet paper? How is parking at your house? Are you gonna need to walk a mile to get to your workstation at home? I'm literally cracking myself up. These are questions you have to ask yourself. So those are all the different work options that I have thought of as far as where an auditor might see himself or herself throughout any given week, any given month. So I hope this video helped you guys out, at least picturing the different work options. All right, guys, so that's everything. I will see you next time. Goodbye.